All right, well, welcome back to my Stationeers series. And in the last episode, we got our potato power plant going. And we also panic planted a bunch of stuff because the storm came. And I went in there to check some stuff out. And we realised that because it's warm in there, all my seeds started to rot much faster than if I'd just left them outside. So that was clever. It was something to remember for next time. But everything's planted. But rice and wheat, I think, which have got a little bit longer timers on them. So we will need to get some more iron so we can make some more hydroponic trays. Go from there. So we're just waiting really for the next day so that they can all grow. I could have actually pulled that out, couldn't I? That's okay, we'll worry about it later. So the next thing that we need to do, well, first thing we need to recover from the storm. Let's go check our lander and see how much damage that did. Okay, so the lander's okay. That'll survive, I think it survives about 3 storms. But everything else is alright. We need to go fix our solar power panel. Okay. Let's get that fixed up. Not sure how much use it actually is at the moment, but it's there. We don't want to lose it. Okay. So the next thing that I'm going to start thinking about is my furnace, because we've put it off for quite a while now. I don't know, this is something I need to check. Let's have a look and see if we've got enough iron, because we ended up using quite a lot. So let's see. A lot more than I intended to. So we're going to look at a furnace. We need 30 iron and copper, and I definitely don't have 30 iron. I've got plenty of copper though, so I'll put the copper in there. There already is, put that in. Just checking here, there's copper there, there's gold there. In here there's 4 iron, I'll leave that in place I think. So we are going to have to go and get some more iron, which is frustrating, but never mind. And we're going to have to start thinking about where we want to put this furnace. So let's have a look. Pull up this. Oh, the other thing I did, just very briefly, we were a bit tight for batteries, so I went and raided the other tools. So we've got a battery in there and a battery in there, that we're not using at the moment. So I thought, well, I might as well have those. We've already got the battery out of that one, and that gives me a few spare batteries. So we've got a full one in there, and that's off at the moment. We're ready to power this thing up once we get some sun. Okay. So that, I think, let's turn that on. One thing I would like to do is make a little bit of a beacon. But I don't really want to waste the power. I think we'll be alright. We've got windows which let the light shine out. Just turn them on. There we go. Turn that off. Okay. So let us tidy up our pockets, because we don't need to be carrying all of these things around. And we need to go find some iron. Let's go do that. That looks good to me. Alright, I think that will do for the moment. Now, it's not lost on me that I can't actually turn this into ingots very easily. I'm going to have to dismantle everything that I just did over here. I think I'm just going to take that out. That's fine. It'll go straight back in and we won't even notice. Let's not tell anybody that I really don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so let's pop that. Just pop it here for the minute. There will do. And we need some power to that. And nippers. This one goes pretty far. There we go. Day saved. Let's do this one first, because that should be just the right amount that we need, and it should be quick. Day has arrived, so our plants, look at that, got mushrooms, potatoes growing up back there, very exciting. See it as well on the side, I think, yeah, there we go. Excellent. Well, some of them are not growing. Might have lost. Well, we'll see. See what happens when the sun comes. There we go. Let's do that one. Let's throw another one in there. And then make ourselves the furnace. Oh, it's 30 item. I thought it was 10. I'm an idiot. I'll wait for this one to come out then. Oh dear. So yeah, furnace. Furnace is going to go, so this is going to be, eventually, this will be a door. Take all the water out of there, put it somewhere useful. Although the door might be, I don't know. And then we're going to put the furnace just out here. So we're going to put some frames here to act as kind of a... Oh, maybe. Yeah, no, we won't. We've got walls. Walls are fine. We haven't got that many frames. Right. And then we're going to put the frames out, put the floor down, and we're just going to make a simple furnace. There we go, we're off. That will make 2, so let's be careful with that. And, oh, no, let's go, we've got one more stack of iron. There we go. Slow. So we will also need some vents, some, we need vents, we will need, what do you call them? Yep, those things. Pumps. But we're just going to go for a hand ice furnace to start. There are also some chutes, but we'll come back to that. All of that, we're just going to make a very basic one with ours, so we want this thing out of here, won't we? That is it. So we get some starting. Here we go. Yeah, brilliant. Those. We'll need some vents. I think I've used all my vents, just some, yeah, just a passive vent. Okay, one of those. We need that, and we need that. What's this doing? Okay, let's go check on our temperature. Oh, turned it off to 9:24. That's okay. We've got the emergency portable air conditioner in there if we need it. How's this doing? Come on, faster, faster. So that's going to be that. We're going to use, I've got 15 frames, that should be plenty. I've got 8 walls, that should also be plenty. So we don't actually need to make it that pretty at this stage. There we go. Lovely. So there's our furnace. Let's put that there. Let's get our frames and our... Not that. That. There we go. Now, one thing we do have to bear in mind is we are running out of welder fuel. We have got, that's not a welder, that's a drill. Yeah, no, we've only got just under one. I don't know what that was, what number that was, but we've only got 900 and something kilopascals, I think it is. It's only 1 megapascal. That's not good. So let's go and have a little look in here. See how all of our plants are doing. Close the door. Okay. There we go. So we've got brilliant. So we've got pumpkin, we've got tomatoes, we've got soybeans. Tomatoes are coming. The mushrooms, see, look at that. So they do rot in the ground when they're ready to harvest. How's this doing? Yeah, this is much slower. That's something that we do need to be. So once they've finished growing, they will rot in the ground. So we need to start thinking about a refrigerator. For the moment, I'm just going to store them in a place where it's mostly cold. Didn't put those ones up yet, that's why. There's nothing in there. So that's good. So we grew some mushrooms. That's great. You can see that they are already ticking down. So let's get them out. 13.5 hours. Hopefully we'll have some potatoes soon. Let's put these where it's colder. It's not really that much colder, is it? Up there. Keep an eye on those. But that's basically my plan, is to just keep rotating these crops around. If we lose those mushrooms, that's not the end of the world, because we've got some more growing, and we're just going to keep growing and growing and growing. We can always eat those if we have to. So that's good. We are now food secure, and we've saved all of our seeds from my stupidity. It's good. Oh, let's turn that off. There we go. So let's get this back in. So there. Let's put that in the white blender because that's what we need it in next. Let's put this back where it belongs in its new home. That way around. Yep, that looks good to me. Boom. Okay. Phew. Right, panic over this. Okay, so let's get this. Let's start sketching out where this is going to go. So we are going to have the main working part of the furnace. It's going to be here with a little walkway. Let's just go all the way to back here. Let's weld those up so we can actually walk on and off. Or not. Brilliant. Great. Love it. Right. How are we doing for... Yeah, right. So that's pretty... But that's starting to panic ever so slightly. So I'm going to put this away so that we don't use it without thinking. We have to think about every time we use that. So we're going to put the furnace here. It's going to have all of its back end gubbins back there once we get that far, but we are not even close to that far just yet. I think I need the welder for this, don't I? It's going to... Nope, but... I'm not good with its rotation controls. There, that's what we want. Exactly there. That low. Let's put it. Yep, that's that low. It doesn't sit. Let's put it that way. There. Okay, so we need a wrench and some iron sheets. And a welding torch and iron sheets. So you see how yeah. But this is important because we're going to have to work on that next. Okay, got furnace. Sure, that's all we need. So we'll need it to put up the ice, but we might be able to use these if worst comes to worst. We'll have to repurpose those ones. But I think we should be okay. Okay. So furnace is up. It's not quite ready to work yet, so we need some pipes. Okay. We want the pipes to go, which is that's output. Not go there. No. Wrench. Push that, pull that forward a bit. Suck it, it's fine. It doesn't need to be perfect. Certainly ever. So go away from the base. There. Oops. Those. And no, stop again. No, I'm not going to move it because that's just more fuel I'm wasting. Right, let's do this properly then. There we go. That there. That on there. There. That shouldn't have been that hard at all. Okay. I'm going to put the stair on there. Because I have one. So why not? Because I will be walking off here and onto there a million times a day and it will upset me. Okay. Okay. So we can set this up and work it all by hand. We've just got this to vent it at the end. It's not going to keep temperature very well, but it will make steel. How are we doing? Those potatoes are looking good. Let's go have a quick look. Let's get the power on first. Yes, we can harvest soybeans. Can we harvest? We can harvest potatoes. It's going to mess the system up just a little bit because we can harvest tomatoes, but they look happy. They look quite happy as well, so we won't worry too much about them. The corn is still growing. Mushrooms are still growing. Tomatoes are ready to go, but we're here for the potatoes. What happened to that one? Oh, I remember. We only have 3 potatoes to start with. There we go.
Hydration critical.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we have 5 potatoes. We've got 4 back in the ground, so that'll give us 12 shortly. That's everything we need to get started. Let's have a go at this thing. Let's fire it up. Have a drink first. Those in there. Put that in there.
Pressure critical. Oxygen critical. Low pressure.
Okay, so 5 potatoes. We need a battery. Because we need to be able to turn all these machines on. Oh, crowbar. Up. Battery. Power on. Recycler on. Centrifuge on. Oh, we have to turn that on from the other side. Solid fuel generator on. Battery on. Are they complaining? Oh, I know why. Because we took it out. Got upset. So let's, yeah. Arc furnace. Import slot. Oh. Occupied. Let's go backwards. There we go. It's helpful, isn't it? Slot reader, yep. And arc furnace and activate. So that should now be correct. Okay, before this battery runs out. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Let's give it a spin. So everything is on. Battery is on. Generator is on. Let's see if we make an explosion. Let's pull the handle. Turn that on. Pull the handle. Goes into there. Okay, so that goes through there. Spin, spin. Yep. Fires it up in there. Power, power. Hey! Potato power! Just in time because the battery has run out. So we'll then use this battery to power it all back. So we need to hook that back around to the main grid. Still going. Look at that. 5 potatoes. I'm very pleased with that. Very pleased indeed. That's very exciting. It's still going. This is just 5 potatoes. Ha ha ha. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. 3 bars. There we go, look at that. 3 bars of electricity. That's amazing. I love it. So there's our potato power plant. Potato plant power plant. And that will just keep going forever and ever as long as we put potatoes in it. Awesome. So that's the battery. That's that. So we already need to hook that from there back into the main. So we're going to run our main grid along the front here. So I can take a little spare off there and plug it into well, all of this stuff. To be honest, I'm not going to bother with that. I'm probably just going to put a transformer somewhere in the system. Let's take that battery. I haven't quite worked out the next step yet. But we can plug it in around about here, I think. Power everything all the way to the end. Fantastic. We don't really need a transformer, do we? No, I think that should be fine. So yeah, we can just plug it into here from the main. Or there, look. From our main run, which will come along here. Then we should be good. So I think that, let's just check on our this thing's ready to go. For very basic ghetto steel. So I think that's going to be our next thing, is to get some steel. Maybe aim for some big batteries. I'm going to wait for this to run down. I'm going to run it down deliberately, but I'm not going to. I will use that elsewhere in the base. But then we're going to start hooking this in as our main base power system. So that is us done. We are good for power. We are good for water. We are good for food, which also powers our power system. I'm pretty pleased with that. One thing I'm worried about, the only thing I'm worried about now is the old welder. So that's something else we're going to have to get onto really quickly as well. But that'll do us for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.